weeping may endure for a night, but...
Oh, Jesus. Now she's going into the whole Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, let me pick a scripture and talk like black folk. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the channel Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. I really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Be sure that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and below, and clicking this thumbs up button is how my content can consistently be recommended to you, so I'd appreciate it if you would do that. The spelling up there for Modern Renaissance Man under Rumble, I know it's misspelled, but it's actually correct in how we appear on my channel. All right, just to let y'all know. Last but not least, double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, because people are being mysteriously unsubscribed to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about this. Kamala Harris already was in hot water with Christians, especially Catholics, because she didn't show up, number one, for the Al Smith dinner that I think this has been like 40 years since somebody didn't attend. And let's see if fate is going to have its place, because the last person, and I don't remember the name right now, but the last person that didn't attend didn't win the presidency. So let's see if that goes the same exact way here. But anyway, she didn't attend the Al Smith, which was one of the biggest fundraising times for people among the Catholics. Didn't attend that because she was campaigning. Yeah. She couldn't take a break for that, right? But then just last week, she was making fun of Trump being exhausted and old, yada, yada, peanut butter. And then she the one that took a day off. Took a day off, but then yet you can take a day off to go to the Al Smith. Yeah, I think she was too afraid to get roasted there anyway, because the commercial that she put out was such cringe. It was ridiculous. Okay, move on from that. She's at a speaking engagement, a rally, and two young men stood up, said, Jesus is the Lord, Christ is King. She said to them, you're at the wrong rally. Go to the small rally down the street. She received a heck of amount of backlash from the Christian community. I mean, amongst a lot of them, Apostolic, Pentecostals, Protestants, Presbyterians, Methodists, Catholics, Mennonites. I mean, you name it, she was getting it, right? So then she tried to make up for it, because she was already losing amongst black men and black people in general, in ways they have not seen in a while. So she tries to go to a black church and make amends there. Well, when somebody was calling her out at that church, guess what? The church escorted this Christian person, who probably was an attendee there for a long time, out of the church. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris is firing back. She's firing back. And y'all have to see this. She goes to a church. Y'all, just watch this.
Vice President Kamala Harris is in battleground Pennsylvania today. She spoke to worshipers at the Church of Christian Compassion in West Philadelphia this morning and has a rally scheduled in the city of brotherly love this afternoon. Vice President Harris is focusing on predominantly black and Latino neighborhoods, as Democratic leaders reportedly feel the VP is not doing quite enough to engage those crucial voting blocs. Senior White House correspondent Peter Ducey is live in Philly with the very latest. Hi, Peter.
Arthel, and we know that the Harris campaign is running out of time to improve her support with black and Latino men in Pennsylvania. And so we're seeing the vice president pop up in as many different neighborhoods in a battleground state today as we have seen since she became the presumptive nominee back at the end of July. A few minutes ago, she wrapped up at a church in West Philadelphia.
But in times of uncertainty, Scripture reminds us, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way. God bless you. God bless America.
Now, why does this move right here look familiar? Weeping may endure for a night, but why does this look familiar? I told y'all they keep doing the same things, but she thought she was slick here, because did this not sound familiar whenever the Democrats try to appeal to black people? They always want to try to throw a scripture out there, right? So, why does this look familiar?
This looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Let me think.
I'll tell you why, because look at this.
I don't feel no ways tired. I too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Oh, it gets better because Joe tried to do it too with the same exact scripture.
We've come too far from where we started. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. He did not go this far to leave me.
But Kamala Harris had to make sure she mixed it up a little bit, though. She had to go and hit them with a different scripture.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning.
So you see what I'm saying? Stop. I mean, I'm telling you, this is how to pimp black people, in the church 101. Say something that you're familiar with. You're going to make these people feel good because they're going to be so happy and so glad that you know some scriptures that they know. They're going to be so happy and so glad that not only is it this particular scripture, but you're saying scriptures that's in almost so many different gospel songs. God, when you hear the scripture, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. You hear that in a ton of gospel songs. When I say gospel, I'm speaking particularly to black people that listen to gospel music, right? You guys all know from the Fred Hammonds, the Kirk Franklins, the Mississippi Mass Choir. There's all kinds of different artists out there that you heard them specifically say that right there. Hezekiah Walker. You hear them all say that same particular scripture right there in the same type of manner. And when they do it, when you see it even at church, folks, when preachers or evangelists are preaching, when they say that, but I know, tap your neighbor and say, weeping may endure for a night. And then people start, but joy. I said joy. Y'all don't hear me. I said joy. They do all that and people get all happy. They use this scripture so much because it works on getting people pumped up. The euphoria is there. The propaganda is there. The sensationalism is there. The feelings off of everybody else is there. You get hyped. You feel good and all that. And guess what happens during that time? The defense mechanisms of the brain begin to break down because a lot of that euphoric feeling that gets released, it all flows here. It gives you all the good feels here. So therefore, you really don't have the huge ability to reason anymore because it feels too good. Yeah. And when you don't reason, you can be easily manipulated. So that's why they pull these moves off. I told you guys, they get these things from these pastors because these pastors pimp people in churches for so long by keeping on making them feel good. It's a rinse and repeat process. It's going to keep you coming. There's never going to be any change. You haven't grown. You haven't taken back what the cankerworm stole or what the roach ate. None of that. You ain't on a mountain looking down. No, you're in the same exact place. Anyway, let me know what you guys all think about this by putting it in the comment section. Do you think that this simply is what I just showed you? It's a playbook right out of what Hillary Clinton did, right out of what Joe Biden did, right out of what a lot of these politicians do when they want to try to appeal to some black people. We got to find that specific scripture, that one is going to really get them. That'll get them going. Whatever the case may be, y'all let me know by putting it in the comment section after this. Don't forget to do what y'all see going on in that cloud right there, all right? Also, if you would like to see the next video that I would do, most likely in chronological order, it will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel that you may not know that I do will be here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. Hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.